Before we hop into the video, I'm going to be giving away 3 of the top ranks on the entire server. All you have to do to enter is like the video, comment your IGN down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are like 10 subscribers away from 7,000. Help me out, hit that sub button if you guys want a free $120 rank on the #1 faction server of all time. This is the #1 Minecraft faction server on the entire planet. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard me. I am currently on the #1 faction server. The IP is Hxroic.mc-complex.com. If you guys do want to go ahead and play, it is actually 1.18 and above, and it is also Java and Bedrock compatible. And I've got some super good news. The brand new season is just around the corner and actually releases this Saturday, January 27th at 3 p.m. EST. It's gonna be huge. So now I do want to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a rundown about the server. So let's hop into it. So the first thing I want to go ahead and talk about is whenever people join the server, they don't actually have 1.18 cannons to raid other factions, but don't you even worry, we've got it covered. If we go ahead and go on into the shop, under raiding materials on the final page, there is 4 different cannons that you can actually choose from, and it's actually a blueprint and makes the cannon on its own. It's completely automatic. So if we go ahead and buy the 2.2 second one-shot regen bust cannon, there we go, we now have the blueprint. Let's go ahead and claim the land, build up a little ways. Now if we go ahead and place this blueprint, you guys can see what goes ahead and pops up. Time until finish, 31 minutes and 2 seconds. That's how long it takes. You can even see which way your cannon is pointing. So this way is south. Now if we go ahead and click on it, you can go ahead and rotate the cannon. And now when it starts flashing the green particles, that actually means you're good to go ahead and start placing in the blueprint. So let's go ahead and start it right here. Blueprint placement disabled. Now let's go ahead and turn that on, and bam, blocks start appearing out of nowhere. And obviously there is a countdown, 30 minutes, just about 31 minutes until the cannon is finished and we're actually ready to go ahead and start firing. Another highlight of the server is actually the light zone and dark zone plugins. So if we go ahead and do /light zone, hover over it, the light zone is a PvE only zone. You can drop from grinding the mobs. You can go ahead and get spawners, runes, and prot 6 armor, which is some of the best armor on the entire server. And the catch is nobody can even kill you there. So if we go ahead and TP on over, you guys can see we are flying above, and down below there is a bunch of mobs. If you go ahead and start killing them, they drop armor, they drop runes, they drop spawners, everything that you could possibly need. And to get out of here, you literally just do /spawn and you're out. You're good to go. The next thing I want to go ahead and highlight, if you are feeling a little bit more risky, is actually the dark zone, which the only way to get into the dark zone is through the war zone, which obviously, warning, PvP is enabled. So I'm not gonna lie, guys, there is a small chance that I actually make it to the dark zone because there's probably enemies down there camping it, but let's go ahead and find out. Okay, that right there is actually a dark zone portal, so hopefully we can make it. How am I supposed to get up there? All right, well, I don't think I'm making it through that portal. That is basically what the dark zone portals look like. You click on them, it TPs you on over to a whole new world, and it is essentially the exact same thing as the light zone, except there is PvP and a lot of better rewards. So you have like a full faction that are good at PvP or something, that could definitely be beneficial for you because it is the best way to make money and spawners on the entire server. Now let me go ahead and run around and search for a portal really quickly to hopefully show it off to you guys. All right, so I guess we did make our way up here. Now if we go ahead and click on it, you guys can see it TPs us into the dark zone, the exact same thing. And now the only way to actually get out of the dark zone is finding another portal, which right there is actually glowing, and it just despawned. But that is actually the only way to get out of the dark zone. And you guys can see there is a lot more hostile mobs. They do a lot more damage, but they drop a lot better of rewards. But once again, PvP is enabled, but on the bright side, over here on your scoreboard, you can actually see how many people are in the dark zone. So right now it's only me and one other person, and obviously the amount of mobs in here as well. So you could actually use that to your advantage. Now, as you guys could probably assume, there is actually rewards for winning F-Top. As you guys can see right here, first place $300 store voucher and a seasonal champion tag. After that, all the way 1 through 6. And there's also actually a /PvP top where you can actually earn points from capturing outposts, for getting kills, and a bunch of other events and miscellaneous things. And as you guys can see right here as well, first place wins 8 seasonals of choice. Second place all the way through 6th place, you guys can win any seasonals, which if you don't actually know what these seasonals are, if we do /CE and come to create exclusive runes, 1 time per map, they will drop a brand new seasonal crate key. Obviously, the last one is the Jolly crate key over Christmas, and now these pieces of gear are all special and have their own custom abilities. For example, my favorite piece of gear is actually the spooky helmet. If we check it out, the ability is the illusion ability. It only goes on the spooky helmet, literally the only item in the game to have this enchant, and at a max level, you can become invisible for 13 seconds, and you also create a clone so nobody will know where you're at. Now, if we go ahead and click on and look through literally every single one of these seasonal sets, it is the exact same thing with all of of them. Every single one of these pieces that you see actually has its own custom ability that no other piece on the entire server has. And now these items actually sell for a ton of money because you can actually bring them from one season onto the next. If I go ahead and open up the reset vault right here, I have already put away all of my gear for next season. You guys can see all of these super cool custom features and also the custom skins. They literally look so cool on your body, and I have got a ton of them already. And I've only been playing for like 5 or 6 seasons. But now, as I mentioned, there is rewards for winning on F-Top. Let's go ahead and see if we can TP on over to the #1 faction's base and actually check out their base so you guys know what to expect for the very next season. So here we are outside of the base of Empire. They have like $15 billion worth of value. So if we go ahead and slash roam, we can check out all their base defenses, see inside of their base, check out where their spawners are, where their chests are, literally everything. So now here we go. We're at the top of their base. This is what their defenses are looking like. On the server, there's basically like no rules. Okay, I take that back. There is rules, but they are very lenient. For example, the only defense that is actually not allowed on bases is 45 regens, which those are actually broken. Like they're unrateable at some point. You guys can see this is 12 chunk buffers of literally unlimited regens. So if you and your faction members grind hard during Grace, get your base up, there is a chance that you guys will not be rated the entire season just like Empire. And oh my goodness, the frames are starting to drop like crazy when I'm getting close to Empire's base. They have so many spawners inside of this thing. Let's check it out. Oh my lord. This is literally just their creeper grinder. That is unreal. They have unlimited TNT. Now if we check out, they have an evoker grinder right over here. They've got their iron golems and even more evokers, making them infinite money, literally. And then down below that, they obviously have their F home where they can grind skeletons, slimes, zombies, get a bunch of experience to make god sets, and just mess around with the faction. So if I have not yet convinced you guys to hop on the server and give it a try, I don't know, man. I failed my job. If you don't hop on the server, you have a tiny brain, just flip and hop on, man. Don't have a small brain. Not to mention, I actually have a fire series planned out. I believe Robbie and I are actually going to be doing a duo series this season, which is going to be a ton of fun, and see if we can actually place anywhere on F-Top, just the two of us. But there is a few things I do want to go ahead and mention really quickly. You guys can check out the entire faction changelog in the community Discord. I'll go ahead and link it down below in the description, and I'll also go ahead and link down below my community Discord for my Minecraft Factions channel. In there, you'll find all the texture packs that I use, the schematics that I use, the mods that I use, the client that I use. Literally everything that I use will be in that Discord, so go ahead and join that as well. But now, some map information for this season. It is 15 members and 45 roster, 12 chunk buffers. You can have as many regens as you possibly want, and you have a full 7 days of grace to go ahead and get your base up. There is no raiding, no TNT, no creeper eggs during those 7 days, and the entire map length is 6 weeks. So 1 week of grace, 5 weeks of TNT. And now guys, check out the changelog. They have fixed literally so many bugs. The owner and the admin have been working closely with a bunch of members on the server, fixing things, making overall a lot more enjoyable for you guys to go ahead and play. Check it out. Just give it a chance. You will not regret it. I promise you. But thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. I better see you guys all online, because remember, if you don't log on, you actually have a small brain. This Saturday, January 27th at 3 p.m. EST, Hxroic.mc-complex.com, 1.18 and above, Java and Bedrock compatible. Let's have some fun. See you guys then.